Okay, then you use the formula, which you don't have to memorize. So we have negative b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a. And all you're doing is plugging in these three numbers into this formula. Okay? So, alright, so like we did yesterday, Zach, you were here yesterday, right? Alright, so this is called the quadratic formula. It's another way of solving the quadratic equations. Alright? If you plug in b, which is what? Negative 10 into here, and you have a negative in front, what should happen? The sign changes, right? Because negative negative becomes positive. So you'd have positive 10. This is plus or minus. I'll tell you what that's about in a minute. Alright? The hardest part of the formula, why it looks so ugly, is this mess right here. Alright? So b squared, when you square negative 10, when you square anything, you should always get a what? Positive or a negative? Positive. So no way you should have a negative number right here. Alright? Negative 10 times itself is 100. If you have a negative 100 right here, you're going to get it wrong. Everything comes down. Minus 4 times. That's the formula right there. That's the formula right there. That's the formula here. It's also on your reference sheet. Okay. What's your A? Your A is what? 1. And your C is 22. Now, then you, at the bottom you have 2 times A, which is 2 times 1. Now, let's work out this mess right here, because this is what makes it look complicated, right? So, this is 100, and now I have negative 4. You're multiplying these three numbers right here. Negative 4 times A times C. You're multiplying. So negative 4 times 1 is what? Negative 4 times 22. Negative 88. So you're doing 100 times 100 minus 88, which works out to be what? 12. Good? So you end up getting square root of 12 over 2. Now, everyone good? Now I told you, sometimes on the EOC they leave the answer like this. They don't put it as a decimal, they just leave it like this. Sometimes, that would be good for you, then you just done, right? Sometimes they do leave it as a decimal. Alright, so you just have to know which form they're going to leave it in. Now, how many answers do you get from this? 2. So one answer is x is equal to 10 plus the square root of 12. Alright, 10 plus the square root of 12 over 2. Or the other part, 10 minus the square root of 12. I'll do it in a minute. I'm just showing you how you break it up. Break it up both of them first. Break them up first and then work it out. Good? So, on the EOC, they could leave the answer like this. Or they could leave it like this. These two mean the same thing, right? Or they decide to put it as decimals. You will know because you see your answer choices. If they're decimals, then you know what they did. If it looks like this, then you know they didn't go to the decimal stage, all right? So you'll know what to look for. Now, the square root of 12, is that a perfect square?
No.
No, you get a decimal. So we decided yesterday, don't just put the square root of 12 first, get a decimal, and then add and divide. Do everything one shot in your calculator, because then you don't get problems in the end. All right. So you remember how we did it? And also, Keisha also remember I was saying you had to press equal. You don't. Keisha, I have verified it today.
Of course you don't.
All right. So let's put it in your calculator. 10. Put 10 plus 12 square root. Put that in your calculator.
That will give you.
Then press divide or equal.
6.73.
Divided by 2.
6.73.
Divided by 2 is 7.
No, you're telling me.
Oh, that's after you divide it by 6 point? Alright, so what was it? 6 point what?
6.73.
7.2, what's the next number?
3.
3. Now it said.
No, it's 6.73. 732.
Alright, good. I just wanted.
You don't need the 2.
I wanted.
Still checking.
Thank you. I wanted 3 numbers because since I'm rounding to the 100th place, I need to know what this third number is. Now, if this was 5, what would you do? Round up, so it'd be 6.74. But since it's less than 5, you just stay the same. So x is approximately 6.72. This is an approximation. 7.3. Sorry, my bad. All right, good. Now, what did the other one come to? Put in your calculator. 10.
Equals 3.27.
Not that I don't trust you, but I just don't trust you.
3.27. So that's my question again.
All right, 3.27.
Yeah.
All right, so x works out to be 3.27. What's the third number? What's the third number?
Actually, number 7 should be a 6 number.
Yeah, just give me the 3 numbers so we can do the rounding. So 2.6 what?
6, 7.
7. All right, so you got that on the calculator? You want to round to the nearest 100? Since this is 5 or more, it's higher than 5, you have to add 1 here, so you have to round up. So you get 3.27. Good? Woo. Great? Yes. For that? Why? Why would I have a calculator for that, but not for simple? I'm telling you what to do. What formula you have here?
That's gonna check square root.
Yeah, square root, man. Come on. All right. Okay. Hopefully you don't say this. Now, so you need to set it equal to 0 before you can figure out your A, B, and C. Right? Do not start going, oh, A is this, and B is 8, and C is this, and what's that, D? All right, there's only A, B, and C. All right? And so, you need to set this equal to 0. Let's bring these guys over here on this side. So, how do I get rid of 6 here?
You minus it from
Well,
both
yeah,
sides. Subtract from both sides.
you subtract 6 on both sides. How do I get rid of this one? You add 9 8 to both sides. So you add 9 8 to both sides.
Wait, I thought you added 9 8 to the 8.
You cannot add a 9 8 to a number.
The 8 8.
You cannot add this 8 to that square. These are not like terms. It's going to go in the middle. Because you can't, it has to go somewhere. So it's going to go in the middle. Alright, so you're going to have 8 8 squared. You cannot add this to this because they're not like terms. So this ends up going in the middle. And then this becomes what? Plus 2 equals, and this works out to be 0. Alright? Alright, yeah, that's too much work. We did it in 5 seconds. I'm sorry. Alright, now, what do you need? Alright. So, now go ahead and finish it up. Quadratic formula. Oh, there's no negatives here. Nobody can mess up on this. No negatives.
You said that, but you know.